Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about sorting in JavaScript. JavaScript array provide a method called sort. Using that method we can actually sort any array. So to access the sort method we have to get a array. So numbers here is a array, so we can directly call sort method. Once we call this sort method, it's return the sorted array. So we can run and check the value. Let's first clean the console, then let's see. Okay, so we got our sorted array over here. One thing to be noticed, whenever we run this sort method, it's actually changed the actual array value. So meaning to say that if you try to lock numbers over here, you will notice this numbers is also sorted. So one thing to be keep in your mind, like whenever you're sorting, the actual array will be sorted. So if you are working on something like get the sorted value, but you don't want to modify the object, so basically you clone the object before sorting. Doing that is also very simple. So what you have to do, if you want to get a sorted array of the clone value, you can do something like this. So basically you can do shallow copy of the array, and then after that you can apply the sort method. So now if I try to console both sorted array and the numbers, sorted numbers and the number, it should be different. So let's see. As you can see, as you can see, we got our sorted numbers over here, but this one is still remains same, so there's no sorting done on the actual object. Sorting a string is also very similar to the numbers, so you can use sort method over string values. So if you try to like sort all the string array, as you can see, this array of the string is already sorted. One thing to be noticed over here, the sorting is by default is case sensitive, meaning to say that when you try to sort this second strings array, if you notice over here, this name is phonetically same as name 1. But due to the ASCII character or ASCII value, this big N is considered like smaller than the small n. So that's why it's keep in the first position before the small n. To overcome or to solve this kind of issue, you can actually use local compare. So basically you can pass a custom function inside a sort method. So this function is nothing but callback function. So every time the compare will happen, this comparison function will be triggered, and based on your result it will sort your array. So how it's work basically, so you get this comparator has like two value, it's compared to value. So like s1 s2, you can say like this is string 1 and string 2. Based on your return value it will sort. So how you will return? So basically you have to return the difference of the value. If you return like negative value, it will consider like s1 is shorter than the s2, and if you return a positive value, then it's considered as s1 is the bigger than the s2. So you don't have to manually calculate. There is a function provided called it's called local compare inside a string, so that you can use for this comparison. So let's use this and let's see our result. So As you can see, this array has been sorted. This local compare not only checks the case sensitivity of the string, but same time it's locally compared to string, meaning to say that if phonetically sound, if the cafe is shorter or smaller than the cliche, then it will be sort based on the phonetically sound or local compare of the string. So this is very useful when you're trying to compare two Unicode character. So you can use this local compare. You can basically use this custom sort function to sort any kind of array. So let's take an example of user array. So as you can see, this user array has age, number and gender, and we want to sort this user based on the name. So what we can do, we can again as similar to the our string array, we can pass the custom comparator function over here. So for instance, the parameter will be like user1 and user2. Based on the result, we are going to sort it. So again, we can use our local compare to compare the name. So as you can see, we just use like user1, then name, then we can use local compare, and then similarly we can get the name of the second object over here. Okay, now let's try to print. Okay, let's run. Okay, as you can see, my array of the object has been sorted based on the name. So if you're working in a big project, actually you can reuse this function. So we can just create a reusable function over here. So we can say, like, we can actually create a separate file for all the comparator, but for time I'm creating over here. So so now this is a reusable function. Let's remove unnecessarily code. So now I can reuse this function. Okay, so let's try to run again. Okay, as you can see, there is no change in the result. So similarly, you can create multiple comparators. So suppose if you want to just check for the age, you can actually do so. So you can just change the parameter over here, or the definition of the function. So compare age. Now I can just sort by the age. Okay, you can see over here age doesn't have function local compare because age is a number. So you cannot use a local compare with the number. So you have to modify this function. The modifying function is very simple. You can simply just return the difference of the ages of the user. If you return negative numbers, so it will consider that user 1 is smaller than the user 2, and if you return the positive number, it will be considered as the user 2 is smaller than the user 1. So that is pretty much, you can do any sorting in any type of array. I pretty much cover all the basic cases for the sorting. If you think I have missed something in the sorting, you can write down below in the comment. I will try to add those in the next video. Thanks for watching.